Here's a wild fact. People form an impression of your confidence within just 7 seconds of seeing you, not hearing you, seeing you. So while you're overthinking what to say, their brain already decided how powerful you are, based purely on what you look like when you say nothing at all. According to research from Dr. Albert Mehrabian, 93% of communication is nonverbal. Let that sink in. Only 7% is what you say. The rest, your body, your presence, your micro movements. That means you could walk into a room, not utter a word, and still be the most commanding person there. And you've probably felt this before. Someone enters the room, no words, no performance, but somehow the energy shifts. Everyone notices them. That's not magic. That's nonverbal confidence. And this is where most people get it wrong. They chase loudness, try to be funny or flashy, or say just the right clever thing. But true confidence, it's not loud. It doesn't chase. It doesn't overcompensate. It lands quietly, solidly. You don't need to talk your way into power. You need to embody it. Today, I'm showing you exactly how to appear 10 times more confident without saying a single word. First up, your posture. Yes, you've heard it before, but not like this. Confident posture isn't about being stiff or soldier straight. It's about anchoring. Imagine a tree with deep roots. Shoulders relaxed, spine lifted, head balanced, feet planted. You're upright, not because you're trying to impress, but because you're rooted in your own presence. A confident person doesn't need to fidget. They're still because their body isn't trying to escape the moment. They're not slouched because they're not hiding. And they're not puffed up because they're not compensating. It's the posture of someone who knows they're allowed to take up space. Amy Cuddy, a Harvard researcher, found that just 2 minutes of expansive posture increases testosterone, the dominance hormone, and decreases cortisol, the stress hormone. That's not just posture, that's power. Second, eye contact. This one separates the grounded from the anxious instantly. Confident eye contact isn't about staring people down, it's about presence. You're not darting your eyes, you're not scanning for exits. You look people in the eye when you speak, when they speak, and sometimes even when you're just listening. Because you're comfortable being seen. You're not hiding. Here's a simple but powerful challenge. Try holding soft eye contact for 3 seconds longer than you're used to. Most people can't. They'll glance away out of habit, insecurity, or fear of seeming weird. But you're retraining your nervous system to stay, and that presence becomes unforgettable. Because most people are trying to escape the moment, but the confident person lives in it. Let's talk about movement. The most misused signal of all. Here's the rule. The more rushed your movements, the more anxious you appear. An anxious movement doesn't say, I'm confident. It says, I'm trying to impress you. Confident people move with intention. Slow, calm, precise. They're not flailing their arms or tapping their fingers. They move like someone who expects the world to wait. I want you to try this. The next time you enter a room, slow everything down by 30%. Your steps, your blink, even how you turn your head. People won't notice it consciously, but they'll feel it. It signals that you're not in a rush to prove yourself, that you're in control. It's the difference between I hope I fit in and I belong here. And trust me, people notice. Next silent signal, facial expression. And no, I don't mean walking around smiling all day like a life coach. In fact, confident people don't oversmile. Their expressions are subtle but powerful. A raised eyebrow, a soft smirk, a moment of stillness. It's not poker faced, but it's not performative either. It's the face of someone who's not trying to win approval because they already approve of themselves. Watch actors like Mahershala Ali or Kate Blanchett. Their facial expressions hold gravity. They can say everything without saying anything. Why? Because they're not rushing to fill space. They're not signaling anxiety. They're signaling command. That kind of presence, it makes people lean in. It creates tension, the good kind. The kind that says, I know who I am. And just a pause here. If any part of this video is making you rethink how you carry yourself, you're already doing the work. Most people think confidence is about speaking louder, being more extroverted. But the truth, stillness is louder than noise. So hey, if you're into mastering this kind of grounded power, I drop videos like this every week. Quiet strength, subtle charisma, unshakable energy. If that's your vibe, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, takes 1 second, and might make you 10% more attractive. No promises, but people will notice. Let's keep going. The next piece is stillness. Confident people are still, not frozen, still. They don't fidget. They don't tap their foot. They don't constantly adjust their shirt. Stillness tells the room, I'm comfortable in this moment. That's rare. Most people are always reacting, laughing too hard, checking their phone, reaching for a distraction. But stillness is presence, and presence is power. I want to go even deeper into stillness because it's more than just not moving. It's a decision, a kind of calm rebellion against the chaos around you. The next time you're in a crowded room, be the one who doesn't fidget. Don't rush to speak. Don't fill every gap with noise. Watch what happens. People notice. They start mirroring you. It's the same reason CEOs, world leaders, and elite athletes don't fidget on camera. Stillness is a status cue. When you stay calm while others scramble, it signals control, confidence, even quiet dominance. And this isn't about arrogance. It's about signaling, I trust myself enough not to overact. And that's rare. Now, let's add another layer. Boundaries. You can spot confident people by how they occupy space. They don't shrink. They don't collapse their shoulders or make themselves smaller to avoid attention. At the same time, they're not spread out like a show-off at a poker table. It's balanced, rooted, relaxed. Next time you're seated, try this. Instead of folding your arms or hunching forward, lean back just 5%. Keep your shoulders open. Place your feet flat. Let your arms rest calmly. This says, I'm here. I'm steady. I'm not trying to disappear. It's subtle, but it instantly shifts how people relate to you. Then there's pacing. This might be the most underrated confidence signal out there. Confident people aren't in a rush, not just with moment, but with speech. Even in silence, their pacing is calm. They leave pauses. They let the room breathe. And more importantly, they let themselves breathe. When you see someone pause before they respond, even for just a second, you feel like they're processing. They're not reacting emotionally. They're considering. Grounded speech patterns signal a grounded nervous system. So does breathing. Most people talk while holding their breath. Confident people, they breathe slowly, visibly. Try this right now. Inhale for 4, hold for 2. Exhale for 4. That one breath pattern shifts your entire presence. Your body literally calms your brain. The longer you exhale, the more the nervous system relaxes. This isn't fluff. This is biology. The best part? You don't need to say a word. The room will feel the shift. Let's finish with what I call the micro behaviors, the smallest signs of deep confidence. These are the cues most people never notice consciously, but subconsciously, they're everything. It's the slight head tilt while listening, the way you subtly mirror someone's posture, the microsecond delay before answering. These things say, I'm not reactive, I'm regulated, I'm aware. Think about how rare that is. Most people are in survival mode, jumping into responses, overcorrecting, apologizing before anything goes wrong. But confident people have a pause between stimulus and response. That pause, it's not just self control, it's a signal to others. I trust myself to choose my next move. Here's something you can do to practice that today. The next time you're asked a question, pause. One beat. Just one. Let it land. Feel the silence. Then answer. That's not awkward. That's composed. Silence creates gravity, and confident people don't rush to fill silence. They let it serve them. So, let's recap everything you've learned. The 7 silent signals of unshakable confidence: anchored posture, calm, deliberate eye contact, slowed intentional movement, relaxed facial expression, stillness, boundaries and spatial awareness, emotional microbehaviors. And look, you don't need to master all 7 right away. Start with 1: posture, or breathing, or that subtle pause. The point isn't to perform confidence. The point is to train your nervous system to feel safe in your body. That's where real confidence begins, not in the mirror, not in the script, but in the body that carries you. Someone once said, confidence is the ability to feel beautiful without needing someone to tell you. I'd say, confidence is the ability to feel powerful without needing anyone to notice. It's not something you announce, it's something you embody. And the quieter it gets, the louder it becomes. So if you've ever been told you're too quiet, too soft spoken, too reserved, just know this: you don't need to be loud to be confident. You need to be anchored. And the more you trust your own presence, the less you'll feel the need to explain it. If this video made you walk a little taller, breathe a little slower, or feel a little more in control, then you're already building it. Silent confidence. The kind people remember but can't explain. You're not invisible. You're just unshakable. And most people don't know what that looks like yet. Until now. And hey, if this resonated, don't just leave and like. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next drop. I promise, your energy will be louder for it.